second chapter, the consciousness. Before we know what enlightenment is, let us know what mind is and what consciousness is. The mind may be classified for our convenience as follows: 1. The conscious mind, 2. The subconscious mind, and 3. The deeper conscious mind. First of all, let us know what a conscious mind is. By the word conscious mind, we mean our day-to-day feelings and experiences. From the time we wake up from bed until we retire to bed, we pass through so many experiences by our body and mind. For example, we meet joy, sadness, anger, fear, hatred, love, or boredom. We feel those experiences in our day-to-day life. We are conscious of our experiences. The mind which is conscious of our experiences is called conscious mind. But subconscious mind is somewhat different. Subconscious mind is the storehouse of our mental attitude. But we cannot know the structure of our subconscious mind directly. We may come across and go through many experiences in our life. All those experiences that we have gone through are recorded in our mind as our knowledge. We might have read many books on various subjects and have reached so many conclusions about various aspects of our life. All those things are stored in our subconscious mind. We might have inherited many things from our parents through genetic factors. All those things are recorded in our subconscious mind. Our character, our belief, expectations, interests, likes and dislikes, fears, longings, all are recorded in our subconscious mind. We cannot know the nature and structure of our subconscious mind directly. But all our conscious experiences that we are experiencing are coming from our subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is our storehouse. It produces conscious experiences according to the circumstances where they are placed. We cannot directly look into the mental storehouse. We can experience only the consciousness that comes from the storehouse, the subconscious mind. For example, if we meet our friends on our way to our office, we feel happy. The happiness comes away from our subconscious mind. In the same way, if we meet some person whom we do not like, we experience hatred in our mind. It emerges from our subconscious mind. So, consciousness is the byproduct of our subconscious mind. Thus, we know what we do mean by the terms conscious mind and subconscious mind. Now, let us see what the deeper conscious mind is. It is enough if we take it as a secret place in our mind, in the deeper part of the mind. There are various schools of yogic practices in the spiritual field. By way of such yogic practices, one can enter into the secret chamber of the mind. In other words, one can vibrate or activate some aspects within the deeper conscious mind. Thereby, some people may get some occult powers, and a few others may get some spiritual experiences like trance or a feeling of spiritual excitement. There are many systems of meditation by which one can derive all those things. If one works hard on various levels, it is sure that one can attain something or the other. It is his hard, sincere and systematic work that will produce positive and desirable results from the deeper conscious mind. Our deeper conscious mind is the secret chamber in our mind wherein lies the secret treasure. Now let us know what consciousness is. We have already known what conscious mind is, what subconscious mind is, and what deeper conscious mind is. Now, what do we mean by the word consciousness? Consciousness may very well be considered as conscious mind. What we actually and consciously be aware of is consciousness. We are aware that we have sorrow. We are aware that we have happiness. This conscious feeling is known as consciousness. Now let us analyze what do we mean by physical consciousness and mental consciousness. What do we mean by this classification? For example, I touch the flame of fire by my hand and immediately I get the burning sensation in my hand. I feel it through my body. This is physical feeling. Suppose I meet a financial loss in my business. It causes me great mental agony. I feel the pain of my sorrow. This is the feeling felt by me by the mind. This mental feeling cannot be touched by my hand or any other limbs. This is mental feeling or mental consciousness. So, the consciousness can be classified as physical consciousness and mental consciousness. Thereby, the contact of a physical thing through our physical organs creates the physical consciousness. At the same time, the mental attitudes create mental consciousness. Now, let us proceed towards a new dimension. We are aware of our conscious mind, but can we be aware of our subconscious mind? We have already known that we cannot directly be aware of our subconscious mind and that we can be aware of only the consciousness produced by the subconscious mind. So, we can be aware of the subconscious mind only when it comes into the field of consciousness. Now, is it possible for us to be aware of the deeper conscious mind? It is the same as in the case of subconscious mind. We cannot be aware of our deeper conscious mind directly. We can know it only when it produces anything in the field of consciousness. So, we know only our consciousness. We are aware of our consciousness. It may be produced either by our subconscious mind or by our deeper conscious mind. It does not matter. What we know is only our consciousness, only our conscious mind. Now, once again, let us return to our earlier discussions as to where we have classified our consciousness into physical consciousness and mental consciousness. What is mental consciousness? We have seen that sorrow is a mental feeling, a feeling of pain. In the same way, we feel happiness mentally. We feel calmness, hatred, love, and affection mentally. What is the nature of this feeling? Which is the sense by which we are feeling these mental feelings? Is there any special sense by which we feel those feelings? Physical feelings are felt by physical senses. How do we feel our mental feelings? Is there any special sense for feeling our mental feelings? What is happening when we feel the mental feelings? Each one of our mental feelings causes a chemical change in the nervous system of our body. Our fears cause a chemical change in the nervous system of our body. Our sorrow causes a chemical change in the same way. Our happiness too causes a chemical change in the nervous system of our body. Thus, all our mental feelings cause a chemical change in our body. They cause chemical changes in the nervous system of our body. Thus, all our mental feelings cause a chemical change in our body. The chemical change varies according to the quality of feelings we experience. In other words, all our mental feelings are expressed as physical feelings. We do not feel the mental feelings directly. We feel only the bodily expression of our mental feelings. We feel only the chemical change in the nervous system of our body caused by the mental feelings. So, the feelings known as mental are actually physical feelings. So, all our feelings are basically physical feelings only. Even though we have named them as mental feelings, really they are physical feelings only. Any mental feeling that does not cause any chemical change in our body is not a feeling at all. Even an ordinary thought causes a feeling of vibration in the nervous system of our body. If we want to designate anything as a feeling, it must have a bodily expression. Otherwise, it cannot be called as a feeling. So, there is no basic difference between physical consciousness and mental consciousness. The conscious mind can very well be considered as body consciousness because we feel the conscious mind only as body consciousness. In the same way, we cannot directly experience our subconscious mind and the deeper conscious mind. We experience them as our physical consciousness. If we want to experience anything, it must express itself as physical consciousness only. We know our deeper conscious mind only through its physical expression in our body. Our body includes our physical brain and the connecting nervous system. If we want to feel anything, it can only be done through our body. In the same way, if we want to recognize or know anything, it must be done only through our mind. Now, what is the relationship between enlightenment and consciousness? There are so many yogic practices and meditation techniques in the spiritual field. If one sincerely follows and does the spiritual practices, he can get marvelous experiences. Such experiences cannot be experienced by any ordinary mind. Out of sincere practice alone, one can get such kind of marvelous experiences. There are a lot of experiences in the spiritual field, but such experiences do not last for a long period. It happens and lasts for days, and in certain cases, lasts for months. But anyhow, it has to fade away as it comes. During the period of such experiences, we may feel ourselves to be divine and we may feel ourselves to be free from mental worries. When the experiences are over, we may think that if the experiences were with us permanently, we may take it to be enlightenment. We know the quality of those experiences because we ourselves have experienced. We feel that they are very exciting and satisfactory. During the course of such experiences, we cannot hate anybody. There is love and nothing but love. It is such a lovely experience, and if it lasts forever, everything is over. We want nothing more. All our actions would be vibrating with life and spirit, with least scope for any monotony. But unfortunately, it does not last very long. So, we do much more meditation and yogic practices to retain it. It is very natural for everyone to presume that if such kind of experience can be retained permanently, then it would be the state of enlightenment. It is not because every reasonable person can come to this conclusion. But unfortunately, enlightenment is not so. The enlightenment is not a state of experience. We have already known that all our feelings are in our body level and that all our conscious experiences are happening within the area of our body. The spiritual experiences, however marvelous, they are only physical experiences. The secret chamber of our deeper conscious mind is opened through our spiritual practices, and from there arise so many spiritual experiences in our body. They activate the nervous system of our body, and thereby we experience such kind of marvelous experiences. Even though they may come from the secret chamber of our mind, we experience them only in our body. Thereafter, it fades away as it comes. It leaves a pleasant memory of our experiences, and we want to have it again through our practice. So we engage ourselves in the spiritual practices, neglecting all our worldly duties. Do we know the science of our body in our various physical experiences? The body itself has great intelligence of its own. It functions according to its intelligence. There is also a science for the function of our body in the field of spiritual experiences. Even though those experiences are spiritual, they are only and basically bodily experiences. They are the experiences in the nervous system of our body. Marvelous spiritual experiences can be attained so easily during the earlier period of our spiritual practices. But it will take time if we want to have it again. So we try hard and hard in our meditational practices to regain the spiritual experiences. Have you ever noticed the above fact? Okay, let us take an example. Suppose I get your house address and reach your house with the help of the given address. It would be somewhat difficult if I go to your house for the first time, because I had to inquire others about the way to the house. But it would be easy for the second time to reach your house, because I have better knowledge about your house. I need not ask anybody else about the way to your house. I myself know about the way to your house. But it is not so in the case of spiritual experiences. During the first time of our spiritual practice, we do not have any clear idea about spiritual experiences. But at the same time, we can very easily get some marvelous spiritual experiences. But it is not so easy to get it again for the second time. Even though we get it again, the quality of such experience will not be so rich as in the case of first instance. Why? Would it not be easy for the second and successive times? As we have been successful in the first instance, why is it not so easy to have the same success for the second time also? The regaining of those experiences itself is so difficult. The repetition of such experience itself is difficult. But we believe that we can get those exciting experiences forever. We do not know the science of our physical experiences. Our body is designed to have limited physical experiences. It has some capacity. It can experience anything to a limit. We cannot force it to experience anything beyond its capacity. If we force it beyond the limit, it will break down to pieces. If we enjoy more and more of the spiritual experiences, it will affect our body. To have the exciting spiritual experience forever is to invite bodily disorder. But our body has intelligence of its own, so it always rejects the repeated experiences. So we have to be careful about various kinds of spiritual experiences. It is no doubt there are certain special practices by which one can maintain one's physical health. But it is an exception to the general rule. It is good to have spiritual experiences, but at the same time, the demand for hour is the way for destruction. Everything must have a limit. The enlightenment is not an experience. Most of the spiritual aspirants wait for enlightenment as an everlasting divine experience. They expect their enlightenment in the field of experience, and that is why they have not attained enlightenment so far. So, this is our first step towards enlightenment. Enlightenment does not come through the way of our experiences. We have to understand this fact for ourselves.